Who was the woman behind the Statue of Liberty? The Statue of Liberty is one of the most iconic sculptures in the Western world and is often seen as a symbol of American freedom. Designed and sculpted by French sculptor Frédéric-Auguste Bartholdi, France donated this colossal statue to the United States in 1875 to commemorate their alliance during the American Revolution. Formerly titled Liberty Enlightening the World, the statue depicts a crowned liberty, personified as a woman, lifting up a torch with her right hand as her left hand clutches a tablet bearing July 4, NDCCLXXVI, the Roman numeral date on which the Declaration of Independence was adopted. What do we know about the real-life woman who inspired Lady Liberty? Answering this question requires going back in Bartholdi's writings and sketches not of the Statue of Liberty, but of an earlier statue that bears a stark resemblance to his American monument. Bartholdi began to dabble in colossal statuary in the late 1850s, 30 years before the Statue of Liberty was completed. He described his interest in colossal statuary as having been informed by classical monuments, like the Colossus of Rhodes. Bartholdi journeyed to Egypt about 1856 and was awestruck at the Colossi of Memnon, two statues of the pharaoh Amenhotep III. At 70 feet tall, they had towered over the ruins of ancient Thebes for over 3,200 years. Bartholdi wrote that these granite beings, in their imperturbable majesty, seemed to be still listening to the most remote antiquity. Their kindly and impassible glance seems to ignore the present and to be fixed upon an unlimited future he designed itself expresses, after a fashion infinity. Bartholdi's journey to Egypt was enormously transformative and influential. In 1868, he returned to marvel again at the Colossi, and in 1869 Bartholdi submitted a colossal statuary proposal to the Egyptian Khedive Ismail Pasha. Bartholdi hoped that the Khedive would use his sculpture design to commemorate the completion of the Suez Canal, which had opened that year. If selected, Bartholdi hoped that his Colossus would be seen as a symbol of cultural progress and understanding. Bartholdi's design for the Khedive was modeled after a woman Fala or Egyptian peasant. Very little is known about this Fala besides her socioeconomic status. Bartholdi left no records that indicate any interest in her personal story. Bartholdi was conscious of a centuries-long European artistic tradition of personifying values, ideas, and even countries in the forms of women. These personifications were venerated and sometimes worshipped, but of particular importance for Bartholdi was that they lived and lingered in the minds of those who viewed their likenesses. This logic is clear in the name, form, and function of Bartholdi's contest submission. Dressed in what Egyptians would have recognized as the clothes of a Fala and immortalized as a monument, she would have been a point of pride for Egyptians of all social classes. She doubled as a lighthouse, holding a torch up high and radiating light from her head.